English learners. Welcome back to Speak English with Raksha, your English podcast for real conversation practice and easy English in daily life.
And today's episode is a B1 level episode. So if you are an intermediate learner, this is just for you.
I'm Raksha.
And I am Lohi. We're really happy you're here with us today. Raksha, how are you today? Was it a busy day for you?
A little busy, yeah. I was working this morning and I had a long call with a student, but I'm happy to sit down and talk with you now.
Same here. I had a lot of screen time today, so it feels nice to just relax and chat with you and our listeners.
Yeah, it's like we're all in the same room just talking together. Okay, so before we start, we want to ask you for a tiny favor.
Yes, one small thing for your finger and one big thing for our heart.
If you enjoy learning with us, please like this episode and subscribe to the channel. It helps more learners find the Speak English with Raksha channel.
And we'd love it if you write a comment, too. Just one simple sentence is already great, like, what's your name and where are you from?
Yeah, we really love to know about our listeners. And when you write a comment, it's like sending your English brain to the gym. Your brain has to choose words and build a sentence. That makes your English stronger.
So even if you're shy, it's okay. One short sentence is already good exercise.
All right, let's talk about today's topic. Today, we're going to help you with something important and sometimes scary: how to talk about yourself in English.
Many learners tell us, I can answer questions like, where are you from? Or what do you do?
But when someone says, so, tell me about yourself, their brain freezes.
Yes, suddenly the mind is empty or too full.
So in this episode, we'll give you a simple structure and many sentence options.
We will also share our own full introductions at the end as real examples.
And step by step, we'll show you different ways you can speak about each part of your life, so you can choose what sounds best for you.
Yeah, step by step. But before we build it, we should understand why this skill matters.
Right. First, why is this skill important?
It's really important because you use it in many situations. When you meet a new classmate, a new coworker, your teacher, a neighbor, or an online friend, they often say, tell me about yourself.
And not only in daily life, also in job interviews, language classes, travel, and events like language exchanges.
Right. And I remember one language exchange I joined. We sat in a big circle. The leader said, okay, everyone will introduce themselves in English. Name, country, job, hobbies.
I can feel the pressure already. Everybody is listening, waiting for you.
Yes, my turn was coming like a slow train. In my head, I was repeating, my name is Lohi. I'm from India.
And then the brain did something different, right?
Completely. When everybody looked at me, my mind went blank. I said, my name is Lohi. I like food.
Food is always safe. At least nobody can argue with that.
True. People laughed in a friendly way, so it was okay. But inside, I knew I could say more if I had a clear, simple script in my head.
I understand that feeling. I had a similar moment on a flight once.
Oh, really? What happened?
I was talking with the woman next to me. She asked, so what do you do? Tell me about yourself. And in my brain, I suddenly had too many pictures. My job, my hobbies, my family, my favorite coffee, everything at the same time.
So all the ideas came together in one big cloud.
Yes, a big, noisy cloud, and my answer was not very clear. I felt like I was jumping from one thing to another.
Yeah, that happens a lot. After the flight, I thought I should have a short, prepared way to talk about myself, something calm and simple.
That's why we say your self-introduction is like a short movie script about you. When you know your script, you feel calmer.
Mm-hmm. And remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need clear, simple sentences that you can say even when you feel a bit nervous.
All right, let's talk about today's topic. Today, we're going to help you with something important and sometimes scary: how to talk about yourself in English.
Many learners tell us, I can answer questions like, where are you from? Or what do you do?
But when someone says, so, tell me about yourself, their brain freezes.
Yes, suddenly the mind is empty or too full.
So in this episode, we'll give you a simple structure and many sentence options.
We will also share our own full introductions at the end as real examples.
And step by step, we'll show you different ways you can speak about each part of your life, so you can choose what sounds best for you.
Yeah, step by step. But before we build it, we should understand why this skill matters.
Right. First, why is this skill important?
It's really important because you use it in many situations. When you meet a new classmate, a new coworker, your teacher, a neighbor, or an online friend, they often say, "Tell me about yourself."
And not only in daily life, also in job interviews, language classes, travel, and events like language exchanges.
Right. And I remember one language exchange I joined. We sat in a big circle. The leader said, "Okay, everyone will introduce themselves in English. Name, country, job, hobbies."
I can feel the pressure already. Everybody's listening, waiting for you.
Yes, my turn was coming like a slow train. In my head, I was repeating, "My name is Lohi. I'm from India.
And then the brain did something different, right?
Completely. When everybody looked at me, my mind went blank. I said, "My name is Lohi. I like food."
Food is always safe. At least nobody can argue with that.
True. People laughed in a friendly way, so it was okay. But inside, I knew I could say more if I had a clear, simple script in my head.
I understand that feeling. I had a similar moment on a flight once.
Oh, really? What happened?
I was talking with the woman next to me. She asked, "So what do you do? Tell me about yourself." And in my brain, I suddenly had too many pictures. My job, my hobbies, my family, my favorite coffee, everything at the same time.
So all the ideas came together in one big cloud.
Yes, a big, noisy cloud, and my answer was not very clear. I felt like I was jumping from one thing to another.
Yeah, that happens a lot. After the flight, I thought I should have a short, prepared way to talk about myself, something calm and simple.
That's why we say your self-introduction is like a short movie script about you. When you know your script, you feel calmer.
And remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need clear, simple sentences that you can say even when you feel a bit nervous.
Now, before we build this little script about you, there's something simple to remember. There are 3 common situations where people give their introduction.
3 situations, yes. Sometimes it's informal, sometimes it's semi-formal, and sometimes it's very formal.
Informal is when you're just chatting with people in a relaxed place, like with friends, classmates, or someone you meet at a cafe or a party.
Yeah, when you're just talking, laughing, maybe holding a coffee, nobody expects a big, serious introduction.
Semi-formal is when it's friendly, but also a bit professional, like a conference, a meetup, or an event with brands, creators, or colleagues.
People smile, they joke a little, but you still want to sound polite and a bit professional.
And formal is when things are very official. A job interview, a meeting with a manager, something at an office or a government place.
In those moments, the introduction is still simple, but your words are more careful and polite.
So the idea is feel the situation first, then choose your style. Yeah, if you're sitting on a sofa with a friend, you probably won't say, "Good afternoon, it's a pleasure to meet you."
That would sound a bit too serious for a sofa. And in a job interview, "Hey, what's up?" is maybe not the best start.
Yes, maybe save that for your friends.
So listen to the atmosphere, look at the person, and then choose if you want to be more informal, semi-formal, or formal.
Now, let's start with the first part of any introduction, the greeting.
The greeting, yes, the very first words you say.
For more serious formal moments, you can use simple phrases like hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, very clean, very safe.
For example, in an interview, you can say, "Good morning, thank you for seeing me today."
Good morning, thank you for seeing me today. Polite, clear, and not too long.
For semi-formal situations like meeting new colleagues, you can say, "Hi there," or just "morning" as a short version of "good morning."
Yeah, morning feels relaxed but still polite.
And for informal situations with friends or people your age, you can say, "Hi." "Hey," or "Hey there." Some people also say, "What's up?" or "How's it going?"
But be careful. Choose something that feels natural for you.
Natural for you, not just cool on TikTok.
Right. If you never say, "Yo, what's up?" in your own language, maybe don't start with that in English.
Yeah, I tried yo once in front of my students. They looked at me like, "Lohi, are you okay?"
So maybe don't surprise your listeners too much.
Better idea, pick one greeting you really like and practice it.
For example, "Hi, nice to meet you." Simple, friendly, easy to remember.
Or, "Hello, good morning."
Simple and friendly.
And when you say it with a real smile, it already feels like a good introduction.
After your greeting, the next step is your name.
You can keep it very simple. I'm Lohi.
Or, my name is Raksha.
You can also say, nice to meet you. I'm Lohi.
Or, hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Raksha.
Raksha, how do you usually introduce yourself?
I often say, hi, I'm Raksha. Nice to meet you. Short and easy.
I usually say, hey, I'm Lohi, in an informal place. In a formal place, I say, hello, my name is Lohith. Nice to meet you.
So our first mini script is, hi, I'm Raksha.
Or, hello, my name is Raksha. Nice to meet you.
And of course, you don't have to be Raksha.
Yes, please don't all be Raksha.
Just change Raksha to your own name and you already have a good start to your introduction.
Now, let's add another part, where you're from and where you live.
Where you're from and where you live, your little life map.
You can start very simply, I'm from Brazil, or wherever you're from.
Yeah, for example, I'm from Turkey.
Or, I'm from Vietnam.
If you want to add the city, you can say, I'm from Sao Paulo in Brazil.
Or, I'm from Delhi in India.
You can also say country and city. I'm from Egypt, or I'm from Osaka in Japan.
Cairo in Egypt, Osaka in Japan. Same pattern, city plus country.
And sometimes your birthplace and your current place are different. Then you can make a slightly longer sentence.
For example, I was born in a small town in England, but now I live in Madrid.
Or, I'm originally from Poland, but I live in Berlin now.
You can also talk about time. I've been living in Madrid for 3 years.
Or, I've been living in Berlin since 2020.
If that feels a bit heavy, don't worry. You can keep it very light and easy. For example, I'm from Poland. I live in Berlin.
Or, I'm from Egypt. I live in Cairo.
The important thing is that the other person can see a small map in their head, where you come from and where you are now.
Not a perfect GPS, just a friendly map of your life.
So, after your name and where you're from, people often ask, what do you do?
Yes, this question is everywhere.
You can answer with a short sentence like, I work as an English teacher.
Or, I work as a nurse.
Or, I work as a driver.
Or, I work as a shop assistant.
All of these are very clear.
Yeah.
You can also talk about company. For example, I work for a telecom company in the customer service department.
Or, I work for a bank in the IT department.
Or, I work for a hospital in the administration department.
Sometimes you don't want to say the company name, you just want to say the field. Then you can say, I work in education.
Or, I work in sales.
Or, I work in marketing.
And maybe you don't have a job right now because you're studying.
Then you can say, I'm a student. I study computer science.
Or, I'm a student. I study business.
Or, I'm a student. I study English at university.
While you listen, you can think, which sentence is closest to my life?
And later, you can make your own version.
For example, I'm from Mexico. I live in Madrid and I work in sales.
So after your job or study, the next question is often about your family or your home.
Yeah, people love to ask, do you live with your family? Or who do you live with?
You can answer very simply. For example, I live with my parents.
Or, I live with my husband and 2 children.
Or, I live with my wife and our son.
If you live alone, you can say, I live alone in a small apartment.
Or, I live alone in a shared flat. A flat is the same as an apartment.
If you live with a friend, you can say, I share an apartment with a friend.
Or, I live with my cousin in a small flat in the city.
People also ask about brothers and sisters. You can say, I have 1 brother and 1 sister.
Or, I have 2 older brothers.
Or, I have 1 younger sister.
If you have no brothers or sisters, you can say, I'm an only child. That means you are the only son or daughter in your family.
For example, I could say, I'm from Poland. I live in Berlin with my partner, and I have 1 younger brother. And I could say, I'm from the UK. I live in Madrid with a friend, and I have 1 older sister.
You see, it's not a long story, just 1 or 2 calm sentences.
And you don't have to tell every family secret in the first 5 minutes.
Yes, please don't. Just share a small, friendly picture. Who is close to you and who you live with.
While you listen, you can think, what is true for me? Do I live with my parents, my partner, my children, a friend, or alone?
And how many brothers or sisters do I have? Older, younger, or maybe I'm an only child.
Later, you can build 1 sentence for yourself. For example, I'm from Turkey. I live in Istanbul with my parents, and I have 1 younger brother.
That already sounds like a warm, friendly introduction.
Now let's move to a more fun part, your hobbies and your free time.
This part helps people know you better. It shows your personality.
You can start with, in my free time, I like reading.
Or, in my free time, I like cooking.
Or, when I have some spare time, I go jogging.
You can also say, I'm really into music. I love playing the guitar.
Hello, we're excited to show you our native speech capabilities. Or, I'm really into hiking. I like walking in the mountains.
Another nice phrase is, I'm a big fan of. For example, I'm a big fan of football.
Or, I'm a big fan of Korean dramas.
That tells a lot about your evenings.
Yes, maybe too much.
So you could say something like, in my free time, I like reading and going for long walks. I'm also a big fan of movies.
When you share a hobby, it gives the other person an easy way to continue the conversation, like what kind of movies, or where do you like to walk?
Sometimes you can also add one or two things you like and don't like. That makes your introduction feel more human and real.
For example, I love cats and pasta, but I don't like waking up very early.
Or, I like dogs and pizza, but I don't like very spicy food.
Or, I love coffee, but I don't like waiting in long lines.
That sounds like you.
It is me.
Little details like that show your personality, not just facts.
Yeah, and speaking of real life, people also love to ask about your day.
True. You often hear, what does a normal day look like for you? Or, what do you usually do during the week?
Right, and you don't need to talk about every hour. You're not writing a long diary.
Yeah, just show the rhythm of your day with 2 or 3 simple actions.
So a nice start is, on weekdays, I usually, or in the morning, I normally.
For example, on weekdays, I usually wake up at 7, have breakfast, and go to work.
And you can also say, in the morning, I normally drink coffee, check my messages, and start work at 9.
Then, if you want to include English, you can add something like, after work, I usually study English for 20 minutes.
Or in the evening, I normally have dinner with my family and then watch a series.
So, when a teacher asks, tell us about your day, you don't need a big story.
Yeah, you can just give 1 or 2 of these sentences. That's already clear and good.
And when you practice later, you can build your own version: morning, work or study, and evening.
So maybe something like, on weekdays, I usually wake up at 6:30, go to work, and in the evening, I study English.
Okay, after your day, sometimes people want to know more about you as a person.
Yeah, not just what you do, but what kind of person you are.
They might ask, are you shy or talkative? Or, how would you describe yourself?
Then you can use easy adjectives like friendly, shy, talkative, calm, curious, patient, hardworking, creative.
For example, I'm a friendly and curious person.
Or, I'm a bit shy at first, but I'm more talkative when I feel comfortable.
You could also say, I'm usually calm, but I get excited when I talk about the things I love.
And sometimes it's easier to use other people's words. You can say, people say I'm patient and hardworking.
Or, my friends say I'm funny and easy to talk to.
So imagine you're having coffee with a new colleague and they ask, are you more quiet or more talkative?
You can answer, I'm a bit shy at the beginning, but later I talk a lot.
Or, I'm friendly and I enjoy meeting new people.
That way, they get a nice, simple picture of who you are, not only your job.
While you listen, you can think, which 2 adjectives feel true for me? Friendly, calm, creative, patient?
Then you can put them together in one small sentence, like, I'm a calm and hardworking person, or I'm shy at first, but then I become very talkative.
And then sometimes the conversation goes deeper and people ask about your future.
Yeah, this usually happens when someone knows you a little more and asks, what are your plans? Or why are you learning English?
You don't need a perfect life plan. One small, honest idea is enough.
You can start with, in the future, I'd like to, or my goal is to, or one of my dreams is to.
For example, in the future, I'd like to travel more and see different countries.
Or, my goal is to speak English more confidently and use it at work.
You can also say, one of my dreams is to start my own business.
Or, in the future, I'd like to live in another country for a while.
So imagine you're talking with your English teacher after class and they ask, why are you studying English?
You can say, my goal is to use English in my job.
Or, in the future, I'd like to work in another country, so I need English.
That one sentence already shows your direction and your motivation.
So now we have many parts: greeting, name, country and city, family and home, work or study, daily routine, personality, likes and dislikes, and future plans.
Step by step, you can choose just a few of these parts and build your own mini script in your head, your own little movie about you.
And in a moment, we'll share our full introductions using the same pieces so you can hear how everything sounds together. While you listen, you can start creating your own mini script in your head, your own little movie about you.
Now, let's put these parts together into one short introduction. I'll make a simple version first. Listen. Hi, I'm Paisha. I'm from Poland, and I live in Berlin. I work as an English coach. In my free time, I like watching movies and going for walks.
That's very clear. Now I'll make another example. Hello, my name is Lohi. I'm from India, and I live in Delhi. I work in education. In my free time, I enjoy going to the gym and playing video games.
You see, we don't say everything, just a few pieces. Name, where you're from, where you live, what do you do, and one or two hobbies.
You can start with something very small like that.
Now, we promised that we would share our own full introductions as longer examples. So I'll go first. My name is Paisha. I'm from Poland, and I live in Berlin. I work as an English coach and podcast host. I live with my partner in a small apartment, and I have one younger brother in Poland. In my free time, I like watching movies, reading novels, and going for long walks with a coffee. On weekdays, I usually start my morning with tea, prepare lesson and podcast notes, and then work with my students in the afternoon. I'm usually calm and friendly, and I become quite talkative when I feel comfortable. In the future, my goal is to help more students feel confident speaking English and to travel more while I work online.
That gives such a nice picture of your life.
Thank you. Your turn.
My name's Luhi. I'm from India, and I live in Delhi. I work as an English teacher and content creator. I live with a friend from university, and my parents are in a small town in England. In my free time, I enjoy going to the gym, playing video games, and watching football. On weekdays, I usually wake up around 7, have coffee, teach classes during the day, and then go to the gym in the evening. I'm curious and patient, and people say I'm friendly and easy to talk to. In the future, I'd like to create more online courses and maybe live in another country for a year.
So now you know us a little better too.
So, what can you do today after this episode?
Step 1. Choose one simple sentence for each part. Greeting, name, where you're from, where you live, what you do, and one hobby.
Step 2. Say your introduction out loud. You can do it in front of a mirror, or while you wash the dishes, or while you walk.
Step 3. Write it in the comments under this episode.
When you write it, your brain works in a deeper way. You see the words, you feel the structure. It's really good practice.
And maybe another learner will read your comment and think, oh, I feel the same. Then you are not just practicing English, you are also helping someone.
All right, let's slowly finish here today. One question for you is, can you introduce yourself in 2 or 3 sentences in English?
You can write something like, hi, my name is, I'm from, I live in, I work as, in my free time, I like.
Don't worry about being perfect. We want you to be clear and friendly.
And remember, when you comment, your English brain goes to the gym again.
If this episode helped you, please like it, subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend who also wants to practice introductions.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. You didn't waste it, you invested it in your English.
We are really proud of you.
This was Speak English with Raksha and Lohi.
Take care, keep practicing, and talk about yourself with confidence.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.